Hey everyone, Loomis here, and we are back with another Mercenary review video. So, this week's slate of Mercenaries overall is actually pretty disappointing, I'm not gonna lie, but there are a few diamonds in the rough, so I'll show you which ones might be pretty good. So, to start off here, we have a 5-star Leaden. Now, I think basically every week they give us a pretty decent Leaden. This one, I think it's alright. I'm not a huge fan of Gaia's personally on Aladdin because I think the thresholds are a little bit high to maintain. However, he has hard rock. He has, generally the right equipment. The stats are pretty good. So, I think this Aladdin is all right overall. It's stronger than your tanks. Definitely put him in your box. But, as always, Let-In is kind of in the PvP meta, so, user beware. But, this is, as far as Let-Ins go, this one's pretty good. Next, we have a 4-star Landius here, and to be honest, he's running Full Moon. He has mostly the right idea when it comes to the equipment. He has 2 runes. Because it's only 4-star, the stats are a little bit low. His talent's not going to be great. If you don't have a Landius, I think it's worth tossing in your box. But, it's probably not stronger than your Landius, especially since this one's only 4-star. So I'd only use this one if you don't have a Landius. Next here we have Ren. And again, it's a 4-star unit here. Now, the problem with this Ren is that its intelligence is below 700. And has a Meteor enchant. So Meteor really only works when you have Sky High Attacker Int, which this Ren does not. So, it has all her runes and everything, but, I don't think this Ren's particularly good. I'm not a huge fan of Ren in PvP. She can Calamity throw a long distance, but, I think that, for example, like Annihilation is a very, very, very strong skill. But the likelihood of you getting an Annihilation off is low, so she definitely struggles a little bit in the PvP meta, so, I don't know if I would try to make room in my box for her, but, if you are lacking a magic attacker, she is definitely a reasonable choice. Next here, we have a 6-star Burn, and, he is interesting because he's 6-star. However, he's in the wrong class, he's equipped with a knife, he only has an SR accessory, his attack is very low, actually, all of his stats are very low. He does have all the runes, though, so, he is useful for that, and useful for his 6-star talent, so it reduces attack and defense by 15%, so, he has certain uses here and there. I would rate this Burn as okay, just because it's 6-star, so, if you don't have a Burn in your box, and you run an Empire-heavy team or something, there's definitely scenarios where I could see this Burn being usable. Alright, now we have a Varna here. 5-star. Now this Varna is interesting because it has good equipment. It's going to be a good support unit for your team. The attack number is a little bit low. It is only 5-star, but she has very, very, very good equipment. She has 2 runes, so this Varna actually is pretty decent. If AoE is starting to die out a little bit, so she's not as big of a put-in-your-box unit as she was in Season 1. But it's always nice to have a unit that can mass attack in your box. So she brings that utility. She has the King's Crown. So I could see a number of reasons to use this Varna if your Varna is not as strong as this one. Alright, next we have a 6-star Chiffon here. And I would say this is probably the best unit out of the Mercenaries this week. It has all her runes. The stats are okay. It is 6-star, so for those who don't know, she gets a cooldown of 3 every time she uses a skill. So she has this handy skill called Demolish, which also has a cooldown of 3. So she's able to demolish every turn, dispels a buff every turn, which is huge. The equipment's pretty good. It has her unique crown here, so I would actually say the Chiffon, as I said, is easily the best Mercenary we have this week. And she is very, very good. So, if you've never used a Chiffon before, or, she definitely fits in your box, I would consider throwing her in there. She has a lot of use this week. Alright, next we have Iris here. And this Iris is only okay. I don't know if I love the Goddess tier. I'm not sure why it's equipped with Imelda's unique. Goddess left is good. Alchemy Robe is fine. It has both her runes, so, you know, Iris is one of the 4 conventional meta healers, so if you haven't built her up and you're only running 3 healers, I would put her in your box if that describes you, because, you know, having the 4th healer makes your box significantly stronger, and Iris, just due to her teleports alone, she could be kind of naked and still have a ton of utility, so I would rank this Iris as very usable. Next here we have a Vargas, and this Vargas, it has the Steel Enchant. This Vargas is just not very strong, to be honest. 466 defense is pretty low. You know, he has only 2, so he has the 2 runes. You know, Vargas is the best physical tank in the game, but if you're a Vargas user, I'm sure you have a stronger one than this. There's nothing inherently wrong with this one, it's just the enchants are not super great, it's not super high, so if you're running Vargas, I'm assuming yours is stronger, but, you know, if you don't have a very strong Vargas at all, and, you know, for some reason you need a Vargas in your box, I guess you could consider that, but I'd probably stay away from this one. Alright, we have Freya here. And this Freya is 2/2 blue. The defense number is okay. You know, for a 2/2 blue, it's not that high. It only has has no runes, actually. If you need an origin buffer, I guess, but, you know, I would stay away from this Freya. And then lastly, we have Letitia here. Letitia here is running 2 red, 2 blue. I don't know why. I mean, this is clearly just a sprint bot. You know, if you need a sprint bot, I guess, but I don't really see why you would put her in your box. This is just, you know, purely ban bait. So I guess if you need ban bait, but, you know, you probably have a Letitia of your own, so maybe you could slap something better on her. Alright, so to summarize, I would say that the Chiffon and the Iris are very good. I would say that the Varda and the Burn and the Leaden are usable, and the rest I would skip. You know, maybe you might have a situation where you might want to use the Ren. I don't know. I'd be hard-pressed to find a reason personally to do that, but, you know, I don't know your box. So those are my reviews on the Mercenaries this week. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, I would appreciate if you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell. And as always, if you have any questions about the Mercenaries or any other comments, please let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and I will see you again later.